Blizzard has shared a blog post detailing every change made to Classic Season of Mastery, similar to patch notes. There have been many development note blue posts shared during the Season of Mastery beta, so having a detailed list of all the changes is quite helpful. Classic Season of Mastery launches on November 16, 2021. Blizzard says, carefully designed seasonal environment with the goal of faster progression and more challenging content awaits. New WoW Classic Season of Mastery realms are open for name reservation, and all realms will go live for play at the same time at 23 GMT, November 16. There are many changes to the WoW Classic experience for Season of Mastery. Take a look at what's in store for your new journey. Systems. All characters under level 60 will receive the Adventure Awaits buff. This buff will increase the experience gained from quest turn-ins by 40%. This buff will also grant additional bonus experience to group and dungeon quest turn-ins. In raid instances, players cannot benefit from world buff effects such as the Rallying Cry of the Dragon Slayer, War Chief's Blessing and Spirit of Zandalar. Buff and debuff limits will be removed. Players who kill an enemy while in a group with one or more players at much higher level than the slain enemy will receive significantly less experience. Calculations used to determine the experience awarded for enemies that have been tapped by one player or group but killed by another player or group were adjusted. Looking for a group tool from Burning Crusade Classic is present in Season of Mastery. Chat reporting feedback improvements are available. Added in-chat confirmations for players who report misbehavior in chat, as well as for those that someone may report. When reporting a player for verbal harassment or other disruptive chat in-game, players will receive a confirmation when there's an action against other players. When your behavior has moderately changed for the worst, you may receive a warning message so that you can modify your behavior before receiving a penalty. When acutely inappropriate behavior from a player is observed, the system may skip a warning and take immediate action. The /ignore now blocks characters on the ignore player's WoW account. Content. There will be significant adjustments to the enemies in Onyxia's Lair and Molten Core. Bosses and other creatures that are part of boss encounters have had their health increased. Augmentations to many existing boss mechanics and new mechanics introduced to challenge players in Season of Mastery have been made. The availability of mining and herbalism nodes have been significantly increased in all zones, as well as max level herbalists have a slight chance to obtain Black Lotus when looting a high level herbalism node. Western and Eastern Plaguelands will enjoy new spawns of Plague Bloom. There have been adjustments and additions to herbalism nodes in dungeons. There's been an increase in the availability of certain crafting materials such as elemental fire, elemental earth and elemental water. High Elf Watchers have appeared in Ironforge and Undercity seeking to chronicle adventurers who bear Soul of Iron. Some dungeon enemies have received slight adjustments. Stratholme. All undead creatures in Stratholme will now gain immunity to snares 30 seconds after entering combat and gain immunity to roots after an additional 30 seconds of combat. Maradon. Many creatures in Maradon will gain immunity to snares 30 seconds after entering combat and gain immunity to roots after an additional 30 seconds of combat. 30 seconds after gaining immunity to root effects, enemies gain 50% increased movement speed. Maraudon and Stratholme. Crowd control of any type except snares or roots will reset the snare immunity, root immunity and speed buffs. Zul'Farrak. Zombie trolls in Zul'Farrak now drop fewer lucrative treasures. Most of the loot previously dropped by zombie trolls has been redistributed to other enemies in the dungeon. The denizens of Blackrock Depths have grown suspicious of criminal activity and will now attempt to stash their most valuable items away if they suspect a thief in their midst. There's been a reduction in the cost of training riding skills and purchasing level 40 mounts. Dire Maul will be available at the launch of Season of Mastery. The Gordok tribute chest in Dire Maul can no longer be looted by players not on the tap list for King Gordok himself when the encounter is defeated. Changes made in patch 1.10 to dungeon rewards will be in the same place at the launch of Season of Mastery, including the availability of idols, librams and totems, and adjusted drop locations and drop rates of some items such as the Hand of Justice in Blackrock Depths. Changes and additions made to reputation vendors and item drops in patches 1.6 through 1.11 will be in place at the launch of Season of Mastery, with a few exceptions. Items on vendors and items associated with reputations will not be accessible until a later phase content, such as the Zandalar tribe. The world drop plans for Titanic Leggings and Sageblade will be made available in a future content phase. Summon Elemental Templars and Dukes in the Twilight's Hammer camps in Silithus to facilitate the completion of the Dungeon Set 2 questlines at the launch of Season of Mastery. Please note that the rest of the scenario on hold and Silithus activities associated with Entourage will remain unavailable until Entourage War Effort event kicks off later. Level 50 class quests will be available at the launch of Season of Mastery. The healing provided from the Diamond Flask trinket on use no longer benefits from bonus plus healing or spell power. PvP. We have doubled the maximum amount of weekly ranking progress gain. Dedicated players who consistently finish each week at the top of their realm realm and factions rankings each week, can expect to move through ranks roughly twice as fast as was possible in original World of Warcraft. Warsong Gulch, Arathi Basin and Alterac Valley are available from the launch of Season of Mastery, including their associated reputations and rewards. Season of Mastery brings back many Horde and Alliance Guard NPCs removed from Alterac Valley in patch 1.11 of original World of Warcraft. At the launch of Season of Mastery, we will enable the world PvP objectives in Eastern Plaguelands. We're looking forward to seeing players take on these challenges, especially with the Soul of Iron on the line. Don't forget, when Season of Mastery concludes, you'll have the option to permanently transfer your characters to existing Classic Era realm in your region. This free service will come available with a limited of time when the season concludes. See you in Azeroth. So that is the huge blue post that Blizzard has posted when it comes to all the changes in Season of Mastery. So what do you think about all this? Is this a Season of Mastery that you wanted, or are the changes still not to your content? I personally think it's pretty good. Some of the gold farms have been eliminated, which is a shame, and I wish that they would just, you know, handle bots, hire more GMs, whatever they have to do to just ban bots from the game. But other than that, I think 40%, it could have been a bit more, personally, than 40% for the quest turn-ins. But I think other than that, no world buffs, all of that. I think personally I will have a lot of fun. So what do you think about all this? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next one.